been kind of storming all morning, and the rain's finally quit. So I've got out here, and I'm on my uncle's property again, and I walked the same ridge I did last week, and basically all around it trying to listen, and I haven't heard anything gobble. But I have permission on the neighbor's property across the road that I hunted on last year a little bit, and I actually, looking out into the field, I'm pretty sure it's a tom. Can't see it very good, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it fanned out a little bit, so I think I'm going to make a move on it here, and hopefully something works out. I gotta be careful not to spook these guys, because there's turkeys everywhere, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to crawl up to them or I'm going to have to set up on them. But I gotta cross this ditch real quick. Well, I got up here and they crossed the field. They're on the other side of the field. Actually, there's one right here in the middle of the field. I'm gonna drop back a little bit and call to them, see if I can get them to come. There's actually one right by, or close to a ditch. I'm deciding if I can drop back, just drop in that ditch and go after him, or just sit here and call at him. He's kind of moving right now. There's one probably about 75 yards, slowly working this way. I'm on these turkeys right out in the field, and there's an insane amount of turkeys crossing the road right now, I'm pretty sure. Honestly, I can't move these though. I'm gonna stay on these turkeys. This is about as close as I can get. I thought about looping all the way back to our property where I started and getting in the ditch that comes right up next to the turkeys. Probably about 40 yards from the turkeys right now. But it's gonna take too long, and then I seen all those birds crossing. So I know if this don't work out, then there's a bunch of birds over there that hopefully maybe I can get on later today. But they're kind of just chilling in the field right now, so I'm just gonna watch these guys and maybe hopefully they'll bring it on in. He's just strutting up storm. But I have mosquito bites all over the place. It's actually insane. It's like a swamp back here. There's a bush out in front of me. Not really a bush, it's kind of just some tall grass. And I'm not sure how far he is away from that, but that'd be probably a third of the way. Maybe a little bit less, quarter. I'm kind of considering it because there's a ton of turkeys out here. But I don't think any of them could see me if I just army crawled up there. But I just don't know if I'd be close enough still. These mosquitoes are terrible. They're moving away from me towards the other flock, so I'm gonna make another move, try to get in this dish that I was talking about. There's one thing I can't do though, I can't booger these turkeys because there's so many of them. If I booger them now, more than likely it'll be done for the rest of the day. Well, I got to the ditch. I knew there was gonna be water in it, but I didn't know how much. And I didn't know if it was gonna be over my boots or not. If it wasn't over my boots, then I could probably get to them. But it's 100% over my boots, not even a question, so I'm not sure what I gotta do now. Alright, well, I'm just gonna kind of give a recap of what happened this morning. It was pretty wild, really, all morning. So, well, I woke up this morning and it was thundering out and raining out, and I only had a couple weeks left, so I was like, I'm going anyway. I don't care. And so I got here, waited a little bit, and the rain finally stopped, which is good. It stopped thundering and everything. So I got out. I walked up to the ridge that I did last week, or 2 weekends ago, and I mean, it was raining. It was still sprinkling, and it was just thundering, so I didn't really expect to hear anything, and for sure I didn't. And so I walked around again, and like I said, I had permission on the neighbor's property, and I looked in the field, and I seen a couple birds, and then it started strutting. The one started strutting, so I was like, that's a gobbler, I'm gonna make a move on it. So I made a move on it. I got up there, got my first setup, and they started working my way. And I thought they were gonna come, so I didn't bother calling to them. at all. I think I did once or twice, because they're just slowly moving my way on their own, and he had a hen with him. So I was like, well, this looks like it's gonna pan out, right? And then they kind of stopped, and they started to work back. The mosquitoes were so bad that I literally had to get up. I couldn't sit there anymore. This happened 2 or 3 times. I sat down, made a setup, and the mosquitoes were so bad I couldn't sit there anymore. Like you see, I have mosquito bites all over my neck, all over my face. They're everywhere. They're bad. But so they started working back, and so I looped around to the back side, to their side, and I got it set up on them, and they were probably about the same, probably about 65, 70 yards away. And I could have crawled up to kind of a grass pile, but I didn't feel like when I got there that he would be close enough. So I didn't bother doing it. Maybe looking back, maybe I could have done that and got there and took a shot, but it would have been a long shot regardless. If I could have guaranteed that he was going to be close enough when I got to that pile of grass, and I definitely would have made that move. But then after that, they kind of just stayed there in the field. Then all the other turkeys came out. There's probably 25 of them. And then I tried to make a move into that ditch, but it was just too full of water. I expected there to be water in it, but not that much. So that was pretty much it. And then I didn't really give up on them, but they were just in the middle of the field. There was nothing else that I could have done. And calling wasn't going to do anything because there's tons of hens everywhere. And I left my decoys back on the other property because I didn't think I was going to need them, and I didn't want to carry everything that I had. So I came back to our property, and I got back there, and they weren't in the field anymore. I don't know where they went. They must have just moved off. But I'm going to hit a few calls here, try to strike something up. But if nothing talks, I only heard a few gobbles this morning, probably 3 or 4. And so I don't know what the likelihood of one striking up is, but if nothing else, this will probably be the end of the video. It was a really cool hunt, really fun hunt this morning. If nothing else today, it'll be the end of the video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to get one down shortly, so stay tuned.